Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Building the Landing Page. Here today we have, yes it's true, Henrik and Martijn from Vegan Treasure Box. Guys, how are you doing today?
Well, Henry?
Yeah, I mean, we're doing very well. Been working the whole day. Looking forward to this a lot, actually, because last time it was very fun.
All right, well, I'm glad to hear. This is always good to hear. So, just for the people who don't know you yet, might not have seen the last live stream, what is Vegan Treasure Box? How did you get started, and where are you now?
So we can just have a quick recap. We're creating this vegan meal kit box that's going to provide, in the beginning, students with a healthy, delicious meals that they can prepare easily within 10 to 15 minutes in their everyday life.
All right, great.
Yeah.
So that's the first step. Now, last time that we sat here, we took a look at a couple of things. We took a look at your visual identity. We took a look at your current landing page, and we already made some changes to both, actually, because of the feedback. And if I just grab this piece, and don't worry, I was wearing the same sweater, but in fact, this is from a different day. This is a nice screenshot. This is what the website used to look like, and the feedback was, well, you guys wanted to come across as healthy, you wanted to come across as sustainable, but also fun, playful, and convenient. And the entire language of the website at that point, but also the visual style, really emphasized that you were trying to make a statement. And it didn't really get the fun and the easygoing feeling across the way that you guys intended to, and the way that you do when you talk with people just on the street or in the student hotel where you're doing pretty much your first pilot. So we took a look at that, and then we kind of decided to go in a different way, using the AIDA formula pretty much, and I'll grab my laptop here. So let's have a look. Yeah. We changed some of the text, and the first thing we took a look at was the attention part of this formula. So we took a look at, okay, how can we still make a statement, but make sure that every little part of your brand attributes comes across well? How can we make sure that we get the feeling across that needs to be communicated to your audience so you can connect to them the way that you intend to? So we went from what did it say again? We went from don't eat to live, eat to thrive. We went to a new kind of Happy Meal, which is of course kind of playful, and it also refers to something special that you guys are doing. You're adding a little vegan surprise in every treasure box, hence the name, and it really emphasizes the fun part of it, but also makes people curious about what is coming next. So that's a good attention grabber that we created last time. Then also we have, instead of an easy meal kit that allows you to thrive in the kitchen while filling all your personal needs, and then a call to action, we now have trade your burger for nutritious vegan meals that you can share and prepare before you can say cow. So in that sense, it gets across everything that needs to be said. It's more sustainable. That's one thing. It's healthier, so the nutrition part comes in there. It is, it is more fun because we're joking around a little bit. Happy Meal, trade your burger before you can say cow. Prepare your food. So before you can say cow, that really emphasizes how easy it is to make this stuff. So we got all of that in, and then when we look at the difference in style, in visual style, we can also see that there's a difference. At first it was really rectangular, really boxy, and that made it come across as we want to make a statement where don't eat to live, eat to thrive. And there was a certain kind of, maybe aggression is not the right word, but there was some kind
Intensity,
of directness with
say.
it. It was pretty intense, whereas you wanted to be more laid back and easygoing. So we changed that. We now went to a more round font, to a bigger color contrast as well. We got rid of some of the greens and replaced them with some darker tones to make sure that the contrast was better, and the new font is more round, it's nicer, it's not completely in capitals, so it doesn't feel like someone is screaming at you. And that's basically where we are now. So we have made some small changes to the landing page. We also created a button that people can actually see. So we changed the structure a little bit as well. We have sign up now and more information. The primary call to action is the sign up now button that now gets all the attention because it is, the complementary color to the rest of the color scheme. It really pops out with the orange background of the button. And then the more information for people who are not quite convinced yet, but just want to know a little bit more. And then we have a second call to action in the header for the people that scroll down and want to see what everything will look like later in the process. So this is where we are now. What we are going to do today is we're going to have a look at the rest. First of all, we're going to finish up that attention page because we want to make some small changes there as well. We talked about this in the last live stream. You were like, oh, but maybe we should have someone in there, a smiling student that fits the story more, that people can connect to how you guys make people feel with your product. And I thought that was a really good idea. So that's why we picked a nice picture before this live stream that we might edit a little bit, and then we're just going to put it online there. And then the first part, the attention part, is finished, and we'll move on to the interest part. We're going to build a connection. We're going to talk about the problem. You've actually already worked on that a little bit yourself in the meantime, which is nice. So we can get some feedback on that and see if there's anything to improve or whether we'll leave it like that. And then finally, we'll go to building desire, then to the action part, and then pretty much your entire landing page is ready to go.
Yep, that's awesome.
Yes. All right, so let's go to the browser here. New kind of Happy Meal. So as you can see, we now have this picture here where we are pretty much just enjoying this beautiful food. And in that sense, it is quite nice. So it might work really well. But we also found this picture. And it's nice because it has all the food in it. So that's good. It has smiling people in it. And they're quite youthful. So they connect well with our target audience, which in this case is students, of course.
Yep.
So I'm just going to download this one, and I'm going to create a new project. Vegan treasure box. And I personally am a big fan of Envato Elements because you can download so many stock photos on there, but it also gives you the opportunity to take a look at all kinds of other sorts of photos, so to say. I'll just save it like that. But for example, you also have videos, you also have music. So if you want to do any type of creative work, it's nice to have this one as a basis, as a nice foundation to help you out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, great. So actually, I'm going to, I might do this a little bit differently here. So I'm going to open it up in Photoshop. There we go. Create new. I'm going to 9. And this is also something, why I'm showing you this process as well. Well, there is a reason for that, and I'll show you in just a bit. Gonna get rid of some of this stuff here. Oh, apparently not. This is the most amount of concentration that has ever been put to use. Okay, let's go here. If we go to your website, right there, we can see that on the left side we have the text, and on the right side we have the graphical element. And this is something that works well. But it works well when there's not too much stuff behind the text. And often with pictures, that easily becomes a problem because you just insert a picture in there and then we have text overlaying the picture and you can't read it.
The most annoying thing about it,
Yeah. You want something that is legible. So that's something we're going to take into account first. We're going to make sure that this picture looks great on the website. So then we have to resize it. also have to take a look at how can we make sure that it becomes as legible as possible, so no one gets annoyed by the fact that there is a background picture, because it's there to support the text, not to ruin the entire site. So let me grab this. I'll just go to downloads. I'll insert this into Photoshop. As you can see here, might go cut it off a little bit like this, and then we have to be a little bit creative here to make sure that we get as much of the veggies as possible. I think that right about here should be quite nice. So as you can see, I'm leaving quite some space.
Yeah, and why is that?
I'm leaving quite some space because that's where we're going to put the text later. So right now it feels empty, but that's for a reason. It's because there will be other elements there later on. And this is something that people often forget. Even I sometimes kind of forget about that little part. I'm just going to cut out this part as well. Okay, great. And then I'm going to use the gradient tool. Let's see if this actually white. Yes, it is. And then go like this. Okay. Great. We're gonna have it like that.
It looks also simple what you do.
I just reversed it accidentally. That's not something you should do. Okay, maybe I should take off her hair for a second here first. I didn't notice. All right, great. I'll add this stuff as well. Maybe not his finger though. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to fade in the background. So we have it almost as a separate kind of element.
Yeah.
Let's see if that works well in this case. Okay, great. I'm just going to put another one like this. And this will be a little bit, rough for this live stream because, well, we're in a rush a little bit, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I could work on this forever, but unfortunately, we don't have that time. So I'm just going to do it just like that for now. I'm gonna and then I'm going to grab this part of it, actually, maybe even make it slightly. Yeah, that's more like it. And I'll merge it down. So, in the meantime, guys, do you have any questions since you worked on the website that you want answered in this live stream today?
Yes, I would like to look more at the concept of the call to action, how to make people actually sign up, because of course that's the point of a landing page, but it's the hard part too.
It's easier said than done, of course.
Exactly, yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
And I think also that with the fact that how can you get the message even better across with the points you have. Like we got some points why people have to choose for us.
Yeah.
But how do you get actually?
How do you communicate what your value is?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. I'm not sure to what degree I will be able to answer that question, but actually in a previous live stream, the one that I actually did with Janine, and maybe that one is helpful for you guys as well. And if you want, we can do that in the next one. In my business, we actually use a value communication canvas that is designed just for that.
Okay. Nice.
And I can send it to you guys afterwards, so you have an idea of what it looks like and how you might use it. But if you want, we can fill it out together.
No, that sounds good.
Oh, actually, just have this one here. And it's relatively simple. It just feels like, why am I doing this when you're filling it out at first? And then as you go, you kind of realize what the purpose of everything is there.
Yeah, exactly.
As is often the case with those kind of things, right? And we're going to be creative here for a little bit. Make this part a little bit darker. Oh, not that dark though. Don't overdo it. There we go. Okay, great. And then we're going to add one more white swatch just like that across the entire thing. Add some contrast. So yeah, the value communication canvas is designed for that, and it basically translates the features of your product into the benefits and then finally into the experience that people might have with it. And as you can imagine, that is in the end what you're actually trying to get across. I'm just going to leave it like this for now.
It's about the idea right now.
Exactly. So I'm just going to export that. You can take a look at it in the browser. In the meantime, I'm going to make sure that the Elementor side is already up and running, so we can go there after we finish this. So currently, we've talked about, okay, well, what is it that makes you guys special? For the people that are watching you guys for the first time, can you already explain what you think makes vegan treasure boxes special? And then I already have a nice beginning point for the next session.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, yeah, there's many reasons why we're special, but I can start with the first one. We focus on purpose foods, so we want every dish that we sell to have a meaning behind it. And there's a lot of business that focuses on the protein aspect or losing weight aspect of eating, but we want to tackle other issues. For example, food can impact your brain, for example. So we've created recipes that focus on brain foods, for example, that's going to give you extra brain power. Also, we've created a dish called dishes that focuses on the immune boost, to getting enough antioxidants, getting enough minerals and vitamins to keep you healthy. And especially during these times, it's so important to stay healthy and get all the everything
nutrients you need. Yeah,
all the nutrition you need.
That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, and this is like, again, this is a nice recap as well of why we got to your brand attributes. Like you take into account, you take the nutritional part very seriously, but also just the convenience of, oh, I'm a student, I have exams to make. You know, I don't have time to find a recipe every day to cook. And you guys just deliver that to people their homes, and that's really nice.
And we take our target group very into consideration when we created this business model, because we want everything to be convenient. So another thing we do is that we cut everything, like all the vegetables, like finished, so you can just put it in the pan, and just the fun part is left for you to do. So it's fresh, it's homemade, and it's just convenient.
Yeah. And that's what it's about, guys. That's what makes a good product, right?
Exactly.
All right, great. So in the meantime, I've loaded up Elementor, and this is the moment of truth because this is where I have to see whether my trick will actually work. So I'm just going to choose the image, and then go to upload files. This is always very exciting because then this looks like something went a little bit wrong with the compression, but we'll see about that. Insert it. There we go. Center, cover. That's it. Update.
Already looks 10 times better.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, let's see whether that's actually true when we do it here as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And we see always, I hate this part of WordPress.
Yeah.
Because it always kind of, messes up the beauty of the page. You think, I have a nice clean page, and then there suddenly is this WordPress bar, and it's really useful. But why does it have to look so?
Just give it a viewer page.
Can we just have a hide button for that?
Yeah.
And there actually is an option for that, to hide it. Maybe I'll do that during the live stream. Maybe I'll do it another time. Okay, great. So we can already see what kind of difference this makes, right?
Yeah.
So compared to what it was before, we now suddenly have some human connection.
Exactly.
We have the girl smiling, and that just gives us immediately something to relate to.
To connect.
Yeah, to connect, because
Absolutely.
it's about, in the end, and this is something that I really like about the last live stream. Janine shared with us something that her grandpa always used to say, that people remember how you make them feel. And this is true not just in general, generally in life, but also for branding and marketing purposes. Like if you can make people feel something, then you're already miles ahead. So just by having this smiley lady on there, that is totally, in love with her boyfriend who is cooking this nice vegan meal, we already are starting at a much different tone than instead of us showing the features of the product, which is what is in the box. So that's a nice start. Now, what I don't particularly like yet about this is the fact that you can't really see the food yet. And that's because of this screen divider that we have on the bottom. It looks kind of, there's too much going on right now. So we're just going to kind of minimalize that a little bit. And I think that you added a shape divider here at the bottom. So I'm going to just say bye-bye to that one. And then we're going to have an extra look at how that looks.
What I'm wondering about, how is this going to look on the phone? Because now in these days, people mostly look at new website on their phone, especially if you have a link in your social media page, for example.
So right now, for this session, we are, of course, focused on the desktop, because that's what people are going to see here. But I do agree, it is very important to make sure that your page will also work on a phone. And if you guys want, we can do an extra session about that as well. Then we just optimize it, and that will be the end of it. It doesn't have to take that long, but sometimes you just have to redo the background images a little bit just to make sure that everything looks really slick on mobile as well. It's basically just kind of reorganizing your website as it is seen on the desktop to make sure that it looks beautiful on a phone as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, great. So let's see if I finally got this thing to work now. All right, that's already quite the difference, I would say. So now we see the veggies as well. Yeah. See, a new kind of Happy Meal. Trade your burger for nutritious vegan meals that you can share and prepare before you can say cow. Yeah. Now, what immediately catches my attention here is that it feels like this part here with the text is a little bit too high. Like it isn't exactly in the middle of the page. And I'm a bit of a, perfectionist, maybe a bit of a nerd in that sense. So I'm just going to make sure that that will actually be fine. And the reason why this is the case actually is because, if we go here, and I hope I didn't ruin anything. Right. We added a transparent header, and the transparent header makes like an invisible line, so to say, across the page. So there's some kind of divide, but of course, the website itself doesn't see that, so it will just censor it and not take that header into account. And that's why I decided that I do want to do that. All right, I prefer that. Great.
Nice.
All right, cool.
It's amazing.
A new kind of Happy Meal. So we got the emotional part, and I think that this one might just be a little bit too much. So let's 60, you know?
Wasn't joking about the
Yeah.
perfectionist.
No, not at all. You were spot on with that one for sure. That's it. And then we're going to move on to this. So we have done the attention part now. Do you have any other questions about that part?
Not about that part, no. But the next part, I have some questions.
All right, cool.
If you want to move over to that one.
I do want to move on to that one. So that's perfect.
Do you think the color, it's too drastic of a change?
Too drastic of a change.
This green color is very like
in your face.
Intense.
In your
that
face.
was actually the first thing that I would change myself.
Okay.
Definitely. And there's a couple of reasons why I would like to change that. And the first one again is legibility.
Yeah.
So white on green is not as easy to read as black on white. That's just, or green on white for that matter.
Exactly.
This goes for most colors. This is why we see more and more that all the websites go completely white. It's just because it's easier to use that way. And that's just, a stream that we're going through, and probably there will be some kind of correction soon. But that's now the trend.
Yeah.
So, yes, I would definitely change that. Maybe because actually what you can see here is that we now have this background image that is kind of a divider. So we don't need the extra color anymore. If we put white there, there's already quite a contrast in background colors. And I'll show you that right now. That if I go here and go to style and make this one white, that you can immediately see that there's a new section there.
Yeah.
So it's not as necessary anymore to have that. Now, for now, I'm just going to still make it green because otherwise I can't read the text and I can't change anything. So that would be a bit of a shame. So let's take a look at that as well. We have drama in the kitchen. People spend an enormous amount of time and effort on designing, buying, and cooking their own meals. Junk food. People are ruining their bodies by eating unhealthy food because they believe it is the only delicious food. Now, I would say that might be a little bit too aggressive.
It was, yeah. When you said it out loud, I just felt.
This is an important thing to do. Is that as you are deciding whether your copy works, you have to say it out loud at one point, or at least repeat it in your head, because it's like having a conversation with someone, but that person is just not answering.
Yeah.
That is what copywriting basically is. So you have to find a way to keep telling a story without being annoying, and that is kind of a challenge.
Yeah.
All right.
That.
So I'll just we'll think about a new one for that in a bit.
Yep.
Right now, let's move on to unsustainable eating. So all the food waste, meat consuming, and imperishable packaging in the food industry is degrading our planet. Now,
it is about the pains. Last time we talked about pains.
I do agree completely. So
But
I like what you did with all of this. There's just one comment I have about the last one, and that is like food waste, meat consuming, imperishable, and degrading are hard words.
Yeah.
They're difficult. I'm
like
already stumbling over it as I'm trying to say it.
Yeah.
That's not per se a bad thing, but I think that you would do good by just simplifying it a little bit so people have a better understanding without having to put too much energy into processing that text for themselves. Also, what I'm missing here is the reason why we are presenting this information to them.
Yeah.
So right now, we have a new kind of Happy Meal and then drama in the kitchen, junk food, unsustainable eating. So we need a heading
Yeah.
to tell us that we are saying something about why we are now coming up with a new kind of solution.
So you would just
So
say
instead of
why vegan
a new
kosher
kind
box.
of Happy Meal, you could also say, if we have here, then we move on to the next heading, and it's like why it's time for a new kind of food.
Yeah, exactly. Why
Or-
this concept?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
the old way has lost its way.
Oh, that one is nice.
We'll put it down in our in our memory for a little bit.
Yeah.
So we can change that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the colors here. Let's see if I can do that fast. I'll just steal this color that I have created for this part. It's just rather saturated. We're going to stick with it just for this one.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And the same for the content. Drama in the kitchen. Junk food.
What do you think about the icons?
I actually like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, that's good.
Only the last one I might say maybe reconsider that one because it's
Yeah.
just a house.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
didn't really get how it was related to the unsustainable eating until I was like, oh, this is meant to be a factory.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Yeah.
factory thing.
Yeah,
It's
but
but I didn't find
it makes
an
me
icon.
think a little bit too much, you know?
Yeah, exactly. What do you think, Martijn?
Yeah. Can always be better, right?
It can always be better.
It can always be better, that's true. All right, great.
That's the
We go to the
mentality.
content.
Do you always pick a color palette before you start, like to make it easier to change colors and stuff?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And in this case, what I would normally do when I use Elementor, I would use the global settings to set the colors up front, so I can easily pick them.
Yeah.
I haven't done that now, just because, well, I'm trying to be fast.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what is actually faster than actually changing that.
No.
But for now, we'll just stick with doing it this way.
Yep.
All right, cool. So I'm going to change the font later. For now, let's first see. Yeah, okay, so drama in the kitchen. Is there any particular reason why you use capitals in a certain way?
Why I capitalized it?
Yeah.
He just loves it.
I'm just in love with it. No, I just not a particular way, and I get your reasoning behind not capitalize because it's less screaming, but it's just it came natural to me because before it was a statement and
Yeah. No, it's okay, but I'm just asking. So, like, maybe there has been put some thought in why the capitals are there. Maybe you want to emphasize certain words, but if that's not the case, then I'll just change
Yeah.
it to this.
it's not
Yeah, it's just like that, basically.
Yeah.
All right, great. So then I can actually change this one to wide as well.
yeah. It should yeah it looks amazing, much better. Wow.
Actually going to put a section on top of it as well.
Yeah, for a header.
Yeah, for a
Yeah.
heading.
That's cool. And up we go.
All right, great. So let's add that heading here. Add your heading text. All right, well,
The heading text now white, so that's why nobody sees it.
is it?
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense. Well, no, it's not.
Great success.
The old way has lost its way.
It's without apostrophe.
It's not in Dutch, so
Yeah.
it's fake it till you make it, I guess.
Perfect.
Fake to pretend the language. To pretend to know a language. See? All right, 60. All right. Now I'm just going to do. Okay. That's something I do not particularly like. Let's see if I go to style, spacing, content. If I say alignment, maybe I'll do it like this for this instance. Just for the sake of consistency, it is something that not everyone is doing in this way as well. So it's in that sense also a bit unique. And also for legibility, because people just like it when text is aligned to one line and not in the middle. Okay, great. So let's see how big this one is. This is 60, so I would say that for this second heading, we'll make it 40 for now. And I'm going to say that it's quicksand. Thank you. Great.
Yeah. And is it important to have quicksand in all the text as well? The rest of the text?
So actually, that is very true. That it is in fact important to be consistent in the fonts that you choose.
Yeah.
Because you want to make sure that you have a certain recognizability across your brand. And the way to do that is pretty much by being consistent in your visual identity. So if you're going to make a poster, you would use quicksand. If you're going to make a landing page, you're going to use quicksand. And just by having that consistency, people will recognize your brand more easily because they have the association with a certain way it looks.
So you would say, like, when you set up a brand, you should decide on a specific font, colors, and mood, I guess.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The tone of voice. Like,
exactly.
How are you going to approach your customers?
Yeah.
And that these are things that we have discussed during these live streams from the start, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to the browser. I'm actually right now going to change those global settings. So if I go to site settings, and I will hope that this will not mess up too much here.
Yeah.
But I just want to make it a little bit more easy for myself here, because otherwise I have to continuously try to change everything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to change everything to quicksand here. Quicksand. And accent, that should also be. We're only working with one font here, so that's all all right.
But would that say that, like, so everything that's on the website now will change to that?
Well,
what does that mean?
I'm not sure. Basically, if I add another text layer right now, it will be
exactly
in quicksand.
Okay.
So these are global settings.
Yeah.
They will be applied all across the website, and it's really nice that Elementor allows you to do that.
Makes it easier.
Oh, it definitely does.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just going to say update. Your changes have been updated. Well, that's very good. Very glad to hear that.
Colors.
I'm going to set. Let's see if I refresh this page, whether that will actually do something here.
Do you think it's very important to always check if the changes are right, like before you go forward? Because we check the website how it looks quite often.
Yeah.
Why do you do that so often?
Well, for me, it has two reasons. The main one is I want to see whether something that I applied actually went through, because sometimes there's a little bug and then it isn't there, and that can be quite frustrating. So it's just like a safety thing in that sense. But it's also so I can get an idea of how everything looks together on the final page.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I have all kinds of things on the left side with the Elementor settings, all kinds of things on the right side. And just having that overview really gives a different sense of what a website looks like compared to having all of that stuff in the way. So it's just to see, okay, is anything missing? Do we have enough white space? Does the structure work well now? And that's why I'm always refreshing and seeing whether whether anything has changed the way that I see the page. All right. Just gonna go back to the browser here. Now I do have to change, unfortunately, by hand.
What's already there?
Hmm?
What's already there? You have to change.
Yeah. Because it has actually been changed. Quicksand. Okay, I'm gonna make that 700 again. Maybe even a little bit more. Maybe even a little bit more than that. Description. Of course.
Quicksand.
Quicksand. This is
Yeah.
going to be about the entire vocabulary
Yeah.
of this live stream. So what
How
did
do
you
you,
guys talk about? Well,
How
Quicksand.
do you, who decides on the names of the different fonts?
Hmm?
And I've heard that, like, can you have a patent on a font?
Well, in the US, I believe that the fonts are not copyrighted. In the rest of the world, I'm not really sure how that works.
Yeah.
You can't have a patent, I believe. Pretty sure, actually, unless it is a completely new way for people with, for example, dyslexia to read. So it will really,
Changed.
it really innovates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that in most cases, like it's more of an intellectual property thing than actual patenting.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to make everything bigger. All right. In the meantime, we can get started thinking about what we might want to change.
Yeah.
So, junk food, people are ruining their bodies. Well,
Like
Not really, but
no, but it is not untrue. That's for sure. But that doesn't mean that that is something we want to say this way.
no, I can see that.
really get into the pain.
Is, yeah, but you want to get into the pain in a relatable way, not by insulting your your customers. So, let's think about that for a while. Like, what can we say? Junk food. I like what you said about unhealthy food, eating unhealthy food because they believe that it is the only delicious food.
Yeah.
How can we frame that in a more positive way?
Yeah.
That people are like, oh, yeah, that's true. Maybe junk food is not the only delicious thing out there. And we also talk about the impact that junk food has on our bodies and the environment without, feeling like we're stabbing them here right under the heart.
Yeah, definitely. Continuing the playful tone.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it comes to the junk food, one, I would change it to maybe.
Maybe also that you don't have a bad. Most of the time you eat junk food and then you feel bad for like hours. So maybe do
play on
something
that
with that.
emotion as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can also be the thing.
Okay,
also
great. This is something I really like because you're immediately going to the experience of eating junk food. So it is nice at first, and then later on, you're like, oh my God, what have I done?
Yeah.
The real McDonald's
Mm.
experience, right?
Yeah.
Can I say that? Yeah, I'm not representing you, so you guys want.
No, but it is true. Like a lot of people.
Lost it
fe-
on the way.
No, a lot of people feel this way,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
true.
which is a shame.
Yeah, because food's not supposed to do that.
No.
Food is supposed to complement you.
Yeah.
Make you
feel
feel
alive and good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's what we want to communicate. That experience.
I mean, we can use the famous metaphorical expression, your body's a temple, and play on that saying.
Yeah, but I think that because it's famous and people have used it so often,
Yeah.
that it might have a bit of a, there we go again.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, so we have people spending enormous time in the kitchen and forth online. People are ruining their bodies. Well, let's see if we can come up with something. So, Martijn, can you repeat what you just said?
That eating junk food makes you feel good at the moment, but not the moment afterwards. Not after you eat.
Okay, so we have like the old way has lost its way.
So
Like
We all want delicious food, but junk food just leaves you
you're guilt.
with a junk food hangover.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's make it shorter. Junk food. Junk food just leaves you with a junk food hangover.
yeah.
Delicious
Food.
doesn't have to mean unhealthy anymore.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
All right, great.
A little bit less harsh.
Yeah, very less hard. Yeah. Instead of like, having them, we sort of encourage them to just think differently.
Yeah.
We don't force them to think differently either. It's with some witty wordplaying and everything. No, it's cool.
Okay, then we move on to the next one.
Yeah.
All the food waste, meat consuming, and imperishable packaging in the food industry is degrading our planet.
So the main point in this icon is that the way we eat now is unsustainable.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're trying to just say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it can be sort of. Oh, is this part again?
It's about the packaging, it's about the meat consumption.
It's about the waste of food.
The waste of food and the packaging as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely the waste of food. Like yesterday we were eating and then,
Yeah, we
we-
threw away a lot of food,
which
which is horrible.
but then there are luckily people that could bring it home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stored it. Tupperware. Go
Yeah.
Tupperware.
And that's
Shout out to Tupperware for saving the world.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that wasting food. That's what we don't want.
No, I'm thinking, what if we say,
These
So here.
impact. Waste. Again, the cows.
we love cows.
We love
wanna hug
cows.
them. We want to kiss them. We
Yeah.
want to do everything
Mm.
else than eating them.
Yeah.
No, but that's also the case. Like carrots also biodegrade much. Like of course meat does that as well, but it
Yeah.
takes very less, like much less time. And also, I think we want to get the.
Yeah, because carrots you eat.
I mean, we're gonna use packaging, but if we say carrots and recyclable material or biodegradable material.
Biodegradable, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're striving for.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so junk food. Junk food just leaves you with a junk food hangover. Delicious doesn't have to mean unhealthy anymore. Cows and packaging leave quite some waste. Carrots don't. Bam, from unsustainable to sustainable eating. All right, then last one, kitchen. Can we improve that?
Drama in the kitchen.
I like it, but it's not as fun as the other ones. So it leaves sort of, it's away from
Different
the
tone.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't match the tone. What if we instead say like screams, shouting, and
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
That was what I was thinking
Yeah.
as well.
Don't make the kitchen into soap opera. Or something. Food shouldn't be a soap opera topic or something. It should be simple, easy.
From screaming in the kitchen.
To
Let's see. Screaming in the kitchen about
what to
what
make?
to make isn't fun.
Hell no.
Makes for a bad time.
Time, yeah.
Following a recipe and connecting with friends doesn't.
Yeah, that's a good one.
This is too long.
It's too long?
It's too long. Because it actually has to come down to something as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's
Or if
no.
you scream in the kitchen about what to make for a bad time. Makes for a bad time. Focusing on eating is better. Is that better?
Yeah, I think so. Screaming in the kitchen about what to make isn't fun.
Yeah.
Enjoying food is.
Enjoying food together is.
Is better, I think.
Well,
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can say that. Yeah.
No need for drama.
that will save you some money in counseling.
Okay, that one is fun. That's good, that's good. Compliments other ones.
All right, cool. So let's compare, guys. From drama in the kitchen, people spend an enormous amount of money and effort on designing, buying, and cooking their own meals. We went to screaming in the kitchen about what to make isn't fun. Enjoying food together is. That will save you some money in counseling. We went from people are ruining their bodies by unhealthy food because they believe it is the only delicious food to junk food just leaves you with a junk food hangover. Delicious doesn't have to mean unhealthy anymore. And then all the food waste, meat consuming, and imperishable packaging in the food industry is degrading our planet. We went to cows and packaging leave quite some waste. Carrots don't. Bam, from unsustainable to sustainable eating. Simpler, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Wow.
Great. So now we have stated the problem.
Yep.
I think we did it pretty well.
Yep. Definitely.
I'm happy about it. I'm just
Yeah.
going to add some extra white space here. I'm going to add some white space here at the bottom as well. What's going on? Oh, that's why. Okay, that makes sense. Great. All right, good. So
Well done.
now
Yeah.
we're going to update this, and
Let's see.
then we are going to see what that looks like.
Yeah, it looks much better.
Great.
And I really like the white background instead of the green one.
All right, that's good
Makes
to
it-
hear.
Makes it easier to see. It makes it stand out more.
Yeah.
We can easily, maybe just to see what happens, just add a little bit of color in there Let me see where I can get the color that you are using now. Whether that makes for a nice contrast or not. If we make the icons green. Whether that will look a little bit more fresh.
Ah. Is it too much of a contrast maybe?
Well, right now I feel like it's pretty harsh and it's all the
Yeah.
same color. So maybe just having that little touch in there might make it a bit better. So we'll just test that. Then I have to see it the way that it actually is. So I'll actually already remove this shape divider because
Yeah.
we're not going to use it. All right, cool.
From that to that. Okay, fair enough. It's better.
All right, great.
Because then it matches the logo that comes down as well.
Yeah,
Mm. And we want that color somewhere.
exactly.
So yeah, for sure.
All right, great. So
Another thing I'm wondering about is that like, should you have the whole side white like in the background, because then there's no contrast, you know?
the whole side white. in
Like
the
for example,
background.
after we've done these 3 icons now,
Mhm.
the next point we're getting to, the next section.
Yeah.
Should that have a white background as well?
No,
No.
but also yes.
Yes.
So this is an interesting topic.
Yeah.
Like there are different shades of white.
There is.
Yeah. So you can use like a darker gray, or we can use like a really subtle greenish white. Just add a little bit of paint to the mix, so to say. And by doing that, we achieve contrast in the sections. So even though everything is still really light and easy for the eyes, we are actually not switching too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can see every section, and at the same time, we get what we want.
No, exactly.
We get a nice, how do you say that? A nice symmetrical, flowing website. All right, great. So now we're going to have to do some thinking, probably, right?
Yes, definitely.
So we have now a new kind of Happy Meal. We have stated the problem here.
Yeah.
And now we are going to have to discuss, okay, how are we going to build desire? How are we going to make your product really appealing?
Yeah.
So what you're doing right now is nice, but it is not the best.
No. I
Because
don't
you're
really
starting
like
out, with the features of the product instead of the experience it might give people.
Yeah.
So we want to get a bigger emphasis on the experience that people might get out of this. How are you going to make them feel?
Yeah.
And that's what's missing here.
Yeah.
So we've already teased it a little bit in the problem statement,
Mm.
and now we have to present our solution.
Yeah.
And now it just feels like here are some features.
Yeah.
So that leaves us with some creative thinking. So this is a nice moment to, sit for just a second and decide, how fried are our brains currently? Are we still capable of doing it? Because I'm all for it. Of course, I love
Yeah.
this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all for it as well.
Me
All right,
too.
great.
Let's go for it.
Great. So, let's have a look.
Yeah. When do you decide like designs? Do you go on Elementor like current templates?
Sorry?
Do you go on Elementor and find like already made sections?
Usually I make my own sections.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, you can use that as well.
Yeah.
The thing is that then they probably have different fonts and you need to change everything. And in the end, it's
Oh.
usually just faster to build it yourself, or at least in my experience it is. So yeah, it depends.
Yeah. Definitely.
All right. So
Sometimes
how
good-
can we present the solution? Sorry, I'm interrupting you.
No. Sometimes it's just good to get some ideas in your head
Yeah.
if you see the templates.
Yeah, that's true for sure. You can always
Yeah.
use it as a source of inspiration.
Yeah.
And that's nice about these templates.
Yeah.
And you can edit them. Sometimes that makes things easier.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Definitely.
All right. Good.
So what we want to do, like the things we want to do here is create a desire, also present the different boxes that we want to sell. But that's not important right now, I guess. It's mostly futures and the feelings, I guess. No, most experience.
In the first section, we're going to present the experience. Yes.
Okay.
And as you said, its feelings is almost the same thing.
Yeah.
Like the way we experience things is often, of course, about what we think. Experience is a more broad term because it encapsulates feelings, but also how we perceive things. But it is, in fact, also about feelings. That's definitely true. So this needs to be a little bit more touchy-feely than, the features, even though we want to present that as well on the page, because people also want to know what they will get.
Yeah. So should we go for sort of our idea kind of section, like our vision?
Yes, I think so. So this is kind of the place where we write down the vision, as you said, and also in a way that it explains the experience that people will get out of it.
Yeah.
So, for example, it was, of course, Dahlia's birthday yesterday. So, congrats, by the way. And you guys went to swing on the Amsterdam Tower? So, the way that you would have a feature on that, it's a swing. It goes 200 meters above the ground.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's true, but let's say that. And but that doesn't say anything about the experience. That's just the features. But what you can actually say is like, go for a thrilling ride.
Yeah, exactly.
And experience the adrenaline rush of a lifetime. That's about feeling. That's about the experience.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
So that's a different way of wording it. And this is the same thing we're going to try to do for this page.
Okay.
So let's see. We have now the old way has lost its way, which is I'm looking at the headings because if I look at the headings, I can get a feel for the story that's already there.
Yeah, exactly.
So a new kind of Happy Meal, the old way has lost its way. So then we need something that continues that storyline, because we want to tell on the webpage a story that is also just understandable by reading the headlines, because people are lazy.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
So sort of, but would you have the same title and then but just a different text then? To sort of just have it in sections, or do you want to spice it up probably a bit?
So yeah, I love to spice things up. You know? Now, what I want to do next is encapsulate the feeling that you might give people, the experience that you might give to people, into a single sentence that is short enough to use it as a heading.
Yeah.
And that sounds complicated because it is.
This sounds very complicated.
So the old way has lost its way. And the next thing, okay, so we're going to think back, right? We have sustainable.
Yeah.
We have convenient. We have healthy.
Yeah.
And
we have purpose that we want to, like...
Yeah.
When you say convenience, easy? Easy is...
okay, so we of course it's sustainable. It's purpose-driven food.
Yes. And just for the people that don't know this yet, what is the purpose?
The purpose of each dish. It's different from we have different.
Okay, but broader terms of the business. It's also about because you both started out with this idea because you want to do something about the environment, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So that is the business purpose. Yeah.
I'm just going to brainstorm a little bit here. The old way has lost its way. That's the previous thing, so we'll keep that in the back of our minds. And then the new heading could, for example, be, let's say...
it would be something about the future then. Since we talk about the old, but now we're talking about the new.
Yeah, but we can also just present the experience. That's also fine. So... Would you describe your product as fast food to some degree? Because it's fast to make, or do you want to get as far away of that term as possible.
Ugh,
Yeah.
yeah, go for it.
Don't want to get close to that because it's fast food is
Okay.
seen as
Yeah, the associations is bad. I like.
we want like quality food as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because what I was thinking otherwise is like the fast food that saves the world and put you on top of it.
The thing is, if we use the word fast food, because everybody knows what it means,
Yeah.
and everybody has sort of a sense of what it is. But if we sort of put this in here with all the healthy stuff that we surround it with, I think it would be a very cool contrast. And following up with it, like from the Happy Meal, it would just. I would like it. I would like to use it. I don't know about you, but I'm not against it.
Oh, we're getting like founders fight right here.
Dun,
right
dun,
now.
I like the idea that
You want to change junk food,
the thing is
fast food.
the thing
No,
is
but
we're not
we're
using the word
this-
junk food. We're
No.
using fast food.
Fast.
And the meaning behind fast food is just that it's easy to make. So it's just another way of saying convenient, basically.
Yeah.
But just playing on.
If you change the word, then I'm fine with it, but not too much of the.
Yeah, I mean I think it depends on what we surround fast food with, like what we have before and after
Yeah.
that sentence. But definitely like, because then
I could
we
just copy this one.
if we use the word fast food, if we use the word Happy Meal, but we're healthy, we sort of this rebel, rebel fighting against the big companies that focuses on profit, that focuses on the wrong things.
Okay.
So if we categorize us in that sense, but we're so differentiated from everyone else in
The fast food
in
that
that
saves
field.
the world and makes you feel like you're on top of it.
This guy's like honestly slogans. He can do that the rest of his life. But
Okay.
yeah, it
Okay.
makes sense.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
go crazy.
Let's go crazy.
Let's go crazy. All right, nice. The fast food that saves the world and makes you feel like you're on top of it.
The only thing I'm scared of using it for is that fast food is. It's like it's not associated with a meal kit, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already made.
Yeah, it's already made. But
we put it between brackets for a reason.
yeah, exactly.
So it is not completely serious. It's of course with a little bit of a wink. We're now introducing our product to the people.
Yeah.
No,
This
that's
is their
true.
first introduction, the first handshake that they get.
Yeah. No, but I really like that sentence, to be honest.
Okay, we'll just leave it and we can always change it. That's
Because
the
then we
beautiful
get the
things about websites, right?
Yeah, we get the sustainable aspect of it, the healthy aspect of it, and the fast food aspect. That is convenient.
Yeah.
So all three in one, and then we can explain it more further. But as he said, for people that just reads the topics, it would be they get a big sense of what it is.
Let's see. This one is now in wide as well.
What if we say entering vegan treasure box? Is that better?
I mean, are you stepping inside it? Maybe? I don't know.
I mean, no, but we're talking about the old ways and like the old food industry, how it is, and making food. And then we say entering vegan treasure box, and now everything has changed because we make it another way. So in the sense that, okay.
I
Yeah.
see what you mean, but I feel like entering is too much because it's a box. I feel like it's too much about actually stepping in there. But that might just be personal preference.
It is possible.
Yeah, but is that the message that you're trying to convey? Like, of
Oh,
course,
okay.
it's possible, but it's probably also possible to get a bomb made out of that box if you try hard enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good. So, and again, I'm just, I'm thinking with you guys. If
Yeah.
you don't like it in the end, it's okay. You can always change it.
But wouldn't you change the fact that the introducing vegan trash box is bigger, like that you change like for example the fast food, that sentence has the introducing vegan trash box fonts and size.
Oh, you mean you want to switch it around? I can see where you're coming from, and I was thinking about it as well. But there is a reason why I have a certain preference over this. And the reason for that is that if we scroll through it now, we have a story, a new kind of Happy Meal, because the old way has lost its way. Introducing the vegan trash box, the fast food that saves the world and makes you feel like you're on top of it.
The
Now,
hero story.
if you don't read the introducing vegan treasure box, then it still feels like it is, continuing.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean.
But then again, maybe if people don't read it, the old way has lost its way, the fast food that saves the world and makes you feel like you're on top of it, then it might be a little bit weird. So I see what you're saying there. So that's a balance.
Yeah.
But
let's start
introducing
with
vegan
this one.
treasure box is too much about the about what we're actually trying to sell, so to say,
Yeah.
instead of what the experiences that they will get out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And because this little line is on in front of it, I'm assuming here, and that's something you would have to test as well, because not everything I say is of course correct, but I'm assuming that people will read that as well, because their attention is being drawn to the headline underneath it, and we have what was the guy's you did the reading course, right? A quick reading course.
Yeah.
What was the vision that he was talking about? Like
Peripheral vision. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So that's how our eyes glide over the page.
Yeah. Definitely.
All right, good. Now,
Then the box.
this is now something that we have made, and it's about the experience. Now, what I'm wondering is like, what kind of picture can go along with this? Because I really like what we did here with the first part here.
Yeah.
Maybe we can continue that theme a little bit, just to have another picture there.
Yeah.
And
I love using visuals in a website.
yes, exactly.
Not
So
too much text, for sure.
what kind of visual might work here?
On top of the world, I guess.
Yeah. So, well, we'll just use that on stock website. See what
See
pops up.
Pops up. Yes.
That's a little bit too literal.
Yeah. I can see that. No, but we want to sense that, like,
So maybe celebrating. This is already nice. This is not COVID proof at this time.
fortunately.
Yeah. But you want to show like this kind of stuff. This is celebrating, and then maybe if I put mountain or something. And the reason why I'm thinking of that is because we want to visualize what the experiences that we'll get. So they will feel healthy, they will feel more energized, but they will also feel happy and like they are actually enjoying the food. Now, we don't even have to show the food, but just the result of it is already quite something. So showing that people are connecting and at the same time showing that they're capable of doing all of this crazy hiking stuff because they are feeling healthy and they are on top of their game is something that we want to portray here.
And I love that we're using nature in the website as well, just to show that we are connected to the environment and our ingredients are organic. It's it's about nature.
And that's I'm happy man jumping in the winter mountains. We'll just open it. We'll see whether it's
could you say on top of a mountain instead? Search for that.
I can.
Thank you. I have a feeling that that's just gonna revolutionize the things we get. Or take away celebrating and just on top of mountain.
On top of the mountains. That's where I'll meet you. Singing on the live stream. Very professional.
Happens always.
Of course. Of course.
What if? Oh, that one. The last one was good.
Which one?
The one to the right there.
This
That
one?
Yeah. Or.
I would like to see a bit more of a face, personally.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's. I can see that. Makes it a bit more real.
Because there's a lot of people by themselves,
Yeah.
and we want to show that connection as well. So I would prefer to have multiple people in there, actually.
Yeah. True. Well, we're all about gathering people, eating
Exactly.
together, not alone.
Happy hiking. Let's
I don't
see.
know why eggs show up, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
also interesting.
I think because I put hiking there. If I do celebrating, what will show up then? Also, this is seriously true. I think that finding a stock photo is an art on itself,
Yeah.
because describing what is in a picture is not easy, and especially not if you're looking for one.
Yeah.
I actually
Specific
like-
one. You want a specific one, and then finding that one is hard.
I like this one.
Which one?
The one top left.
Top left.
Because then you can also see that they are students, like they're in that age
This one.
group. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it as well,
You
but
can
I
really
like it
see
a
the
little bit
nature.
more like this. Preferably maybe even from the front. But exactly, this is what we're looking for.
What about one further down and to the right?
Yeah, this one.
No, left.
Oh, this one.
This one, yeah.
That's already
Because then you have
nice.
all these crazy movements as well.
I want to see whether I can find one that has quite... Oh, this is nice. Has quite some space on one side.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Because we want to put the text there
Yeah.
without it being a total mess. A little bit of a mess is okay, but you know, we gotta balance it out.
Definitely.
I like that they took so many pictures. This is good. We have something to choose from. This is also fun.
No, these pictures are good.
Right, very nice. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to choose, you know?
Yeah.
The moment has arrived. So we have this one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we can crop it a
maybe
little
the
bit, so
blur
this
on the
one is
face.
easier to use.
The
I
blur on
think.
the face is not that good.
Hmm?
The blur on the face.
I don't particularly mind it, but I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Then we have this one.
We have space there as well, but they're not looking into the camera, which I think is a it ruins it a bit.
Well, to me, like if they all perfectly look into the camera, it immediately feels like a stock photo. So I actually like that this is kind of more organic in that sense.
Ah, okay.
But that's personal preference, of
Yeah.
course.
This one.
This one is also fun.
Yeah.
This
Oh, we
one is
have
better.
some good ones too.
Okay, then we have this one. I think this is too much editing work. I'm just going to take that one out.
Yeah.
Also that one. This is too blue.
Yeah.
This one is the same picture.
Yeah.
So
This one.
then,
What do you think?
I'm thinking that one that you're on now. This one.
yeah, this one?
Yeah,
Okay,
if it's
great.
easy to edit though.
Well, we're gonna see whether it is.
We will find out.
We will find out right now.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Guys, how are you doing?
We're doing great.
Yeah, actually quite
Yeah.
good.
Yeah? Okay, that's good to know, because last time we went on and at the end of it, you guys were my brain is fried.
Yeah, but the
Which
thing
I completely understand. I
Yeah.
mean, this
But
is
the last time we got introduced to a lot of new things, and now it doesn't take a long time to understand a lot of it, which is great. And I think people just that's like the step people just need to get over
yeah.
when they start off. But just when you see how I wouldn't say simple, but like how logic everything is, it's so much easier.
Yeah.
So much easier to follow and enjoy it. Really.
Yeah. It's a process, it really is.
Yeah.
And it's a process that if you do it enough times, you know, you'll of course get better at it. It's just like any other thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
But the most difficult part about a website is starting out. And that's something that you already did. You already made a page, and then you have something to improve.
Yeah.
But using these formulas, thinking about the experiences, the benefits that you actually provide, using that value communication canvas, which we have actually used, but not by filling it in.
Mhm.
So we could go deeper by filling it in probably sometimes, but now we just did it in conversation. We can actually get to some pretty nice results.
Yeah.
All right, let me see. Then, Photoshop. The moment has arrived to see whether this will actually be easily to edit.
Suitable
I actually
picture.
should probably just make another one, just like this one. 1920 by 1080. And the reason why I choose that size is because most laptops display images on websites in that size, because that's the screen resolution.
Yeah.
Of course, right now it's changing to 4K, but still rarely rarely an issue. I'm just going to position it a little bit. Okay, I like that, but I'm going to flip it. Flip it.
Let's flip it.
Looks even better now. The photo.
It does actually. You heard about the reflective theory?
Yeah.
That when you see yourself the other way around, you don't like it. But here it actually looks good.
Our own reflections we see constantly. Yeah.
She's eating some vegan treasure box for sure. I can see it in her eyes.
Yes,
She's happy.
she's happy.
She's healthy.
She's enjoying that beautiful treasure box
Ah,
for sure.
she feels like a treasure.
She gave one tonight. That's why she's so happy.
Okay, cool.
So, true as well.
Some delivery. Very happy with the results. That's great. Okay, let's see if I can make this a more convincing white, because I feel like that's going to be the main challenge with this particular image.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
Okay. That is very saturated. But actually,
Keep pushing.
just push it.
It's like the emergency room in here.
That's too much. And sometimes you're like, maybe not. Okay, great. I'm just going to work on this selection just a little bit because her hair is a bit off. We don't want that to happen.
No, poor girl.
Yeah, right.
How long time do you think it would take to learn Photoshop?
How much time it would take to learn Photoshop?
Do you
I've
think
had
it's
multiple people ask me this question and I don't know.
no. How much time did you take to get sort of a hang of it?
How much time? I don't know actually.
It's a
I
hard
think
question.
because I have done this for so long,
Yeah.
I can't really give a proper answer on that.
No.
Like I could say, yeah, well, it takes 8 years, but I don't think that's, reasonable.
Some people learn quicker than other people.
Also, everyone is different in that sense, of course, as
Mm.
well.
I think you can learn it in a few days. Right, Martijn?
Why?
Because Martijn, fun fact about Martijn, he is a genius.
He's a genius.
He had photographic memory, so he remembers everything he ever read.
No.
Too bad he doesn't read.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, too bad he doesn't read.
That would be so nice if the guy would actually read. Ooh.
Yeah.
I do read, but
He reads the Bible a lot, so if someone wants a paragraph written up or read up, then give him a call. It's gonna appear up here later. His phone number if someone wants to give him a call. Yeah. Oh, but he's very smart. Even though
Well,
he's a bit
that-
shy, he doesn't want to say it himself. But
What would you say it about yourself then?
I would say I'm the
You heard that?
I'm not the genius like him, but we don't need two geniuses in a business. We just need one. So that's good enough.
You don't need two geniuses in a business.
No, that's too much. That's too much.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
Too many ideas spinning around.
Yeah, then you get that. Then you never get anything done. You know.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
One genius per business max.
One holding the whip, one doing the business.
Who's doing the web again?
Doing what?
Who's doing the web again?
The web.
Yeah.
No, the whip.
Ah.
Yeah. So no.
Ah, so that's where it's at. All right. all right. Very interesting.
No, but we.
I didn't
both have
know
our
that was
qualities.
part of your corporate culture.
Not really.
Oh, not really. It's
You're like, oh.
we share the responsibility. I would
Nice.
say.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
great. Awesome. All right. Getting somewhere.
Cool.
So that's the final touch to see whether that actually works. I might add just a little bit of blue in there because I feel like it's a really orange picture. Want to make it a bit fresher. There we go. Meanwhile, I see that Henrik went on to do some photography. It's also an important part of it, of course.
Of course.
You have to be ready for the socials. That's always true.
Always.
Always the case. All right, cool.
Looking good. Now we're back to business.
All right.
Babies.
All right, great. So what do you guys think? Should we have a little bit of blue in there just to make things more fresh?
Where do you
I
wanna
think so.
Where do you want to put yeah. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
bit less maybe.
Just a little bit less.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's better.
It's nicely balanced image now. The director I worked with for the movie that we're now crowdfunding, Bright Token. I had to do some color correction on some images, and she's like, "Yeah, you really like the red-blue color contrast." I'm like, yeah, I do.
It is nice. It is nice.
This picture is amazing.
All right,
Thank you.
export it.
Because you picked it.
Yeah.
He,
Again, a genius
Yes.
in making.
genius in the making, exactly. All right, then we're going to call this On Top of the World.
I'm on top of the world. Okay, I need to stop singing. God.
Yeah.
It is a nice song.
Please.
Please stop.
Oh, I hear all day singing.
Yeah, I sing a lot.
All right. And in the meantime, you guys can come up with a way to describe the benefits. So we've now introduced the experience,
Yeah.
the fast food that saves the world and makes you feel like you're on top of it.
Yeah.
We're now going to talk about the benefits. And we're going to talk,
Features.
and we're going to put that under that headline. So we're going to say, for example, improve your health, these kind of things.
Like that.
So,
That's what Henrik is really good at.
all right, well, that's
The
good.
Futures.
It's my expertise.
Great.
But we can actually put that in maybe.
What?
On his homepage, he made how was it again? It's like icons around.
Yeah, with one photo in the middle and then some icons around it.
You have one photo in the middle and some icons
Like
around
some
it.
photo and then
And then like
2, 3,
icons like
4,
futures
1,
of the
2, 3.
of the.
the
But I
futures.
guess it's too much icons now. Like if we put extra
Okay.
icons as well.
Yeah. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get like a call to action on here as well.
Ah. Very
Maybe
nice.
just
Would you
like a
yeah.
sign up now kind of thing again.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then also introducing vegan trash box. Now we're actually teasing a little bit with the fast food that saves on top of the world. So we now actually have to prove it a little bit. We
Yeah.
have to come up with the benefits
The
and show them
benefits.
just a hint of the features that will be described below.
Yeah.
so people
Yeah.
get an idea of what it is.
Okay.
And now we have to think about how do these features, we have to introduce them, of course,
Yeah.
translate to all of the benefits.
Yeah.
So, for example, we have the ability to work on certain goals. Well, what does that do? There are certain goals like immune boost, improve like
Oh, that
brain
one is a
function.
great one actually. The opportunity to work on different goals. Yeah, I love that one.
Okay.
Great way of putting it actually. That we should actually use in our social media too. I really
Alright.
like that sentence. Opportunity to work on your goals. Or food complementing your goals or something. Would maybe be a better one.
Okay,
What do you
great.
think, Martijn?
So, vegan treasure box. So we need to first say what it is. Vegan treasure boxes are
What are they?
A combination of
maybe if I make this one green as well. Actually, let's see whether that works
Yeah.
because it's an accent, not the body
I think
text.
that was gonna be. Oh no. It's
Should
not
be
that
a
bad
little bit darker. Great.
Oh, that looks nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
yeah. What is it?
I love
We don't know.
we have no idea. What are we doing?
What if we done it?
No.
Couple weeks?
Definitely, we can go through it. Basically, just in a few sentences, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Vegan treasure boxes. I would use sort of the phrase allows you to yeah, as you said, sort of vegan treasure boxes are meal kits. Are meal kits focusing on achieving your goals.
Okay. So, also, if I remember correctly, one of the things that is special about those meal boxes is the fact that everything is pre-cut,
Yeah.
right? So we're going to introduce that as well. So
Yeah.
vegan treasure boxes are pre-cut meal kits.
Could we say this? Vegan treasure box is a green pre-cut meal kit.
It's too much, maybe.
Oh, maybe not. Green pre-cut meal kits.
Which or what that?
That allows you to like accomplish your goals
That support you
in achieving
in
your goals.
accomplishing.
Yeah, accomplishing.
How do you spell that again?
Very good question.
Accomplish. Accomplishing
Just said the word slowly.
your health and fitness goals. Actually, I have to make sure that this is actually,
Visible.
visible.
Yeah.
So, just gonna put one more layer here. I'm just gonna add a background overlay because I feel like this might just be a little bit. How do I say that?
We love the red.
Hmm?
We love the red.
That's a bit too artistic, maybe, but. All right, good.
I like that we have the people we choose are very diverse. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's also really nice. Maybe this is actually enough text already. Do we actually need to tell more already?
We also want them to experience it. But
Do you mean in the sense like the creating the desire?
Well, in the sense of we're further building on that,
Yeah.
because what can we explain right now that hasn't been told yet? We don't want to make the page too long either. So what I'm wondering is maybe we should just move on to more benefits and more features.
Oh,
And we
yeah,
can only
definitely.
do that by introducing the box part that's underneath it. But then for this section, maybe we've done enough, so to say.
yeah.
Oh no, that I totally agree. I thought you meant this and then the call to action. Like
No.
But yeah, that one I agree with.
Okay, great.
Because this one says a lot. And as we know, less is more.
Can be.
It's my own created quote.
Yeah, it's always
Alright.
Quote me on that.
Just saying here, the fast food that saves the world makes you feel.
Can we see it?
Can you can you guys help me for 1 second?
Of course.
Before, and I'll get back to you because right now I'm interrupting you again. Sorry about that. It makes you feel on top of it. Is that
Fast food
better?
that
the
saves the
fast
world
food
and
that
makes you
saves the
feel-
world and makes you feel on top of it.
Does it still work?
No, like you're on top of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you are.
Cool. I'm just trying to see whether I can make it shorter.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. So what did you want to say?
If I can see it in on the actual screen, like if it's
Yes, I'll update it. Still loading.
Damn.
Drama in the kitchen. Whoa, oh, oh, oh.
Drama in the kitchen.
Da, da, da.
Nice. no, you can. Yeah, now it seems already. Yeah, perfect.
All right, cool.
That looks cool. That looks really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not as long as I thought it would be, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
for
feel
sure.
like we might want to make sure that there's a little bit more visible of that picture. So I think I will just cheat a little bit and
Yeah. No, I see that.
make sure that there's actually something visible there.
There, yeah.
That's already a little bit better. Actually,
Bit more.
The thing is now it's not conflicting with anything, so I think it's fine. Yeah.
we're
Should
going
be
to cheat even more. Use 250, and then I'm going to say minus 150 on the bottom. And then we get that part on top of it later. And we're going to get real creative with stuff.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
And I think we can even make it a little bit more tall than this actually.
Really?
I think
You
so.
don't think that's too much?
I think that even if I go, I have something in mind actually for this specific thing.
Mm.
So, but we'll have to move on to the next next section first.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a look at that. We have box menu. How exciting! All right, cool.
It's
So
Bum. This is what you get.
That's it.
we have already said now, if we look at the story,
Yeah.
we've already said introducing vegan treasure box.
Yeah.
So saying box menu doesn't do much.
No, it does not.
It doesn't do much. So is this actually a nice PNG or is this? Oh, it has a white background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'll forgive you guys. But this heading now doesn't really
Makes
has necessity anymore.
Yeah.
So we can just remove that and delete it, just like that.
But I'm also thinking, I don't think yes, we need to introduce the different menus, but I don't think we need to do it in such like detail. Or what you think? Might that be smart?
Well, it's nice to know what you get.
That's
think.
true. I also would like to change the design of the thing.
Boxes.
Yeah, the boxes. No, the image like that we're showing.
Why so?
I don't like it. It's just too simple, I think. But it's also fine.
Sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
Quote me on that. I guess.
I'm just going to try to do as much, to work as much with what we got already as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not, like, yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it without it.
I can see that.
All right, good. Updated it. Let's see how that looks. Right. Getting somewhere, right?
We are getting some.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things that I want to do first.
Yeah.
First, these images are really big, so we're just going to size them down a little bit and see how that looks.
So it becomes a little icon, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't be the worst thought.
Now, for the sake of consistency, because we have used icons before and we have aligned them on the left, we're going to do that here as well.
Okay.
Are you guys also, just messing around with these beautiful chairs? Because we got like,
New chairs.
we got these really nice and high chairs, and I'm constantly moving my
Yeah, but yeah, I feel that too. Oh, it's exercise.
Yeah.
This is how they keep us healthy.
The secret ingredient to a healthy life.
Exactly. It's high chairs.
Yeah. Just get one home.
Yeah. Exactly.
We will also sell that on the website.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And a big bowl, and then.
I'm going to increase the panning here.
Ah.
There we go. Immune boost. I like that you actually wrote it in regular letters, because then I can just change it more easily. Quick
Yeah.
send.
2 capitals, of course.
Sorry.
Well, in this case, I'll forgive it, because now it's the name of a product,
Yeah.
right?
He'll allow it.
It is allowed now.
It's so crazy how just small adjustments can just change everything. Oh, still shocks me. It fascinates me.
So we're going to style. We're going to put that on the left side as well.
Quickies.
All right, great.
Another thing, just under there, I've had features like that. It's in every box, basically, like delivery, recipe video,
Mhm.
stuff like that. Is that? I don't think it's necessary to have it.
What?
To have it under each and every one. It's very repeating.
To tell them what's in the.
Yeah, what's in every box? Like definitely, will be in the box. This will be in the box. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
But
they will get a treasure. They will get a recipe video. They will get a delivery. Like that's for
oh,
everything.
you mean the included?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can probably
do that separately.
put
Yeah.
it in a different section and then just
Yeah.
say it once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
Terms and conditions.
Exactly.
Sort of like, I don't know, added features or something. That would work.
What's inside the box? Just do that. Just write down what's inside the box, and
Yeah, definitely.
you could do that with when you buy one.
Yes.
All right.
Now these icons doesn't look that bad. Honestly, they're okay.
Right?
Yeah. Because now they're not that much like centered. It's not just about that. But I would probably take away the box and just have the
Icons.
icons. Might be an idea as well.
Could be. Though I must say that it does, it does
I
really
like
show
it.
what it is. I
Yeah,
like
I
that
like
the
it
fact that it's in there too.
Yeah.
And since we made it a bit smaller, it doesn't scream too much anymore either.
Yeah.
Sometimes about finding that little balance.
You can see the protein in the box.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put this here for now.
Ah.
And then I'm going to delete the other ones.
Yeah. Sounds
There
good.
we go. And then I'm going to extend this further, just to see how that looks.
Yep.
And then say,
Doesn't work.
what's this? All right, great.
Oh, that's amazing.
Let's see whether it works.
Yes. Kiss me, mommy.
All right. Cool. So I think that it's now just a bit too much. So I'm just going to bring it down a little bit. See how that looks. And of course, this is also something to take into account, is that whenever you're working on a website like this, you might try everything you want and it might look great on your laptop, but on another one's laptop, it doesn't look that great anymore. Yeah. So it is about finding that nice balance.
Yeah.
And you have to test it on different sites. For now, we'll just, for this stream, we'll only leave it for this one, and then we'll move on to the other ones later.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that's that. Let me refresh it and see if there's a little bit more of the people in there now. Because that's kind of what we're going for. Did I actually update it? Yes, I did. That's helpful.
Not much difference, is it?
No, because
Same.
it's the same, yeah. I'm gonna go 180.
I want to bring the last two on the trip as well.
Yeah, exactly. We want to make sure that there's a little more people there than there are currently.
Well,
I might just cheat a little bit if I just.
they see you see the screen difference.
Hmm?
Over here it looks fine, but then on the other page it doesn't look fine.
Bottom center. Bottom left. See whether that works. Because we want to make sure that the girl stays in the shot as well.
Yeah, true.
Loading.
She doesn't want to change.
She doesn't, no.
The last people, they're shy. God.
Yeah. That's what happens, right?
Yeah.
All right, so far, any other questions?
Yes. Is there a future for putting the price in a cool way?
Putting the price, but then in a cool way.
Yeah.
So what's a cool way to you?
With like fires and stuff.
With fires and stuff?
No, but it's just
I would say just save boxes, right? Boxes.
yeah, I just don't want like too much like buy now, like throw it in their face.
Yeah,
Be like
right.
they cost this price, you know? Like
It's okay. Don't be shy.
yeah, that looks good.
All right, great. Yeah, you don't want to throw too much in their face.
No.
No, I can relate to that one.
Mm.
Yeah.
And the way that she actually did it is quite nice.
Yeah.
And it is very humble in that sense. It's not like, ladies and gentlemen, the price is 49. No. It's only €5 now. No, it's like, this is the price. This is what we asked for it. And that's it.
Yeah.
And that kind of fits your brand. Like, it's straight to the point in that sense.
Simple.
It's easygoing.
Yeah.
And because you're having this kind of conversational style, it fits it really well. Because this is how you would bring it up in conversation as well. So I think that, and it's also the way that you portrayed it now is kind of a menu thing. All right, I feel like we should probably mention the surprise as well.
Yeah. And I also want to mention that, like, the recipe, but we don't need that maybe. That the recipe will be on a QR code. Like, it's all this struggle about having to deal with, like, paper recipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the free delivery, since if we're doing
So
that.
no more
we-
paper, less waste.
Yeah, exactly. Sustainable in that sense as well. We actually have a whole section about sustainability, but we're not gonna have that. But it would make sense. On the real website, we will have that
Yeah.
because it's a big deal, for sure.
The real one.
Yes.
The final.
Yeah. This for.
All right, that's interesting. Let's just make that 0 on both sides. All right, great. So let's look at the pricing then. We have now a box for 2, included delivery, recipe video, and a treasure. Now at this point, we want to say delivery recipe. What does a recipe video mean? What does that in practice mean to people?
For them or for us?
Well, for them, of course.
Okay, let's say instruction video, or yeah.
How to make, how to video.
Help, how do I do this video?
Yeah.
And a little surprise, vegan treasure.
Or sustainable treasure.
Sustainable treasure.
Or green treasure. Oh yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. So would you would do the included thing?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, yeah.
We only have it once here now.
Yeah, but the thing is, that I feel like it doesn't highlight some of the things enough. But doesn't
What
matter.
doesn't it highlight enough?
I don't know, the little surprise. Like for example, we want to collaborate, let's say, with these different brands that we want to give the product from. And this is a big part of it, and it's in the header, like the Happy Meal. So I get that we mention it, but sort of, I don't know, maybe later have a section like our partners, and then coming with some logos.
Oh, okay.
Would that be an option?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you miss information here.
Yeah, miss the sort of credibility of the other companies that we want to like promote as well. Sort
Okay.
of missing the whole sustainability image that we try to create.
Okay.
And I think we can strengthen that by just sort of adding where the prices comes from.
Yeah, so you
So
want to show your partners basically.
Yeah, basically.
You want to show where all of this is coming from.
Yeah. I think that can be like we don't need to talk about them, but just a little logo or something like of where you can get the treasure from, for example.
Yeah.
And just an idea.
Yeah.
That I'm thinking could be valuable.
All right, cool. That makes sense. Now, do we need to talk more about the treasure, or do you think this is enough?
I think it's enough.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So, included delivery, there's a couple of things I gotta do here, of course, as well. First of all, I like this, so we're just going to leave that for here. We're going, oh, it's already quicksand. That's nice. That's nice. Gonna make that as well. Transform, we're going to make that normal, just normal. Will it do that? It's thinking.
Just thinking.
I'm dealing with a thinking laptop today. And then this
did
one,
something, but
it's not
look
the
at the
right
si-
color, so we're going to check that one for a little bit.
There, it's back.
It's back. Cool. All right. I don't like the fact that this is underlined.
Yeah.
So we're going to change that. I'm going to change the
Quicksand.
font. Quicksand.
Normal.
Let's see. I think the default is fine here. And then decoration. Well, that's going to be default as well. And
It's a
then
bit more clear.
box for 2. And then we need to be delivery. My typing skills are on point, guys. This is some
We'll go
great
through that
stuff.
later. It's not a problem.
Mm-hmm. How do I do this video? And a little surprise.
Nice.
A sustainable. Yeah, I'm just going to add A there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if this little trick here works. Decently, I would say.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to
Surprise us like with like an extras. Yeah. Perfect. Thanks.
two little surprises, vegan, or no, sustainable treasures, yes.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right, great. And if I go like this, maybe we want to accentuate the two a little bit because that's the main changed factor.
Yeah. I think it's also cool that we don't talk too much about the treasure as well, because it leaves a bit of
Mystery.
Mystery.
Yeah,
Nice.
little mystery.
This is a box for 4.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's great. Then I'm just
Alright,
going to
alright.
change the font size.
And I think we can throw that
The
sign up.
font sizes. It's always pronouncing things, you know. It can be
So-
challenging.
Yeah,
What?
that's quite big, but
Yeah, I was just about to say so. That is quite big. I think that's because. Oh, this is not the right one. This should be 400. Because it's actually not supposed to be that much bigger than this. So
I think that's 17. If I'm
this
not
is
wrong.
20. So this one is probably too small then to be consistent with the rest of the side. Yeah.
There you go.
So we're going to have to make that one bigger in order to make sure that everything matches nicely.
Great success.
Let's see.
That sign up button, you can throw it to Norway. Like, we don't do that.
Yeah, you're done with that one. You can throw it to Norway.
Yeah, just
He will bring it
That's a lot of hate for that sign up button.
he will bring it with him.
yeah. I'll take it.
You'll take it with you when you go back there.
That's
Nice.
okay.
All right. Immune boost, high protein. All right, cool. Now,
I'll
then
do the best side of them all. The quotes.
That was my idea.
the best part of the side. Happiness
Yes.
is great food and great company. All right, cool. Before we move on, I think that it is good to me, it's not exactly clear right now. Is this per box?
Yes.
So if the call to action is signed up now, then that's a little bit unclear, right?
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, we have now,
Yeah.
sign up now.
Yeah.
Well, what are we signing up for?
For news.
Hmm?
For a newspaper that you can see what's updates.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So we probably wouldn't have a sign up button there. Because it wouldn't be
Probably
coherent. I
We,
guess.
we just need to be a little bit more clear about what the purpose is.
Yeah.
So we can go back to this call to action as well.
Yeah.
Sign up for waiting list.
That's better. Yes.
And now people know what it is for that they're signing up.
Okay.
We don't confuse them.
Yeah, we confuse them a little bit less. That's always helpful.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Vegan treasure box. There we go. Then we can put the call to action right there
Yeah.
as well.
I think like the only thing we need under there is like a testimonial, and
Yeah.
then it's basically good to go. And then we need an incentive for the sign up button, but after that, I don't think it's much left. Really?
So we have to make here. There's a lot of space here in between, so I'm just going to
Yeah.
go ahead and make sure that is kind of minimized just a bit. Maybe even say like that. See whether that makes a difference. Because we want to make sure that people understand that these things are related.
Yeah, definitely.
And then 40 on the bottom, that can be 20, and that would also work. Right, then we can update that. Then we want to make sure that there's a little bit more space on top of this button. And normally you would have like behind the box itself, you would have the buy now button, so to say. But because you're not selling just yet,
Yeah.
we're going to do it like this.
I
Just
think it looks
without the
really good.
instant. Great. Now this section can go.
Yep. Bye bye.
And then we might take a look here. We did some quotes,
yeah.
and we might want to have a testimonial there, right?
Yeah, I would love that actually. What do you think, Martijn?
Thanks for asking. You know, I like it as well better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So how do you like the testimonial? Are we going to work on that already?
I think yeah. If like it doesn't have to be
This is just as an example.
example exactly.
Yeah, and then you can get someone else in the end.
Yeah.
So we need like a portrait
Yeah.
of preferably a girl in this case, because
Target
that's target audience.
Yeah.
So just girl
Maybe she should be happy,
landscape.
and maybe she should eat as well.
I like
Not-
how it
not
just
that kind
says.
of girl. Like a student girl.
Woman.
We can say that. Yeah, we could say student.
Female student, probably. If we're gonna be even more accurate.
Look at her. She's looking at you. COVID. Oh, they all have COVID.
Yeah, they're all prepared.
Or prepared.
Of course they are.
Maybe they grow up with a headset.
I like this one.
No, on the right. Yeah.
This one. I
Yeah.
think this is too stock photo-y.
Yeah.
I just this is a bit more natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always like you have to find that balance. Like this
Yeah.
is portrait of perfect student.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, sure, but no one is like that in real life. Who stands like this?
Yeah.
I do sometimes.
You do sometimes. Well, that's good to know. I never do that. That's not my style for sure. Let me see. Right, great. So we're slowly waiting here for everything to pop up because the internet connection sometimes has some trouble.
Do we have someone watching?
I have no clue actually.
Okay.
I'm going to look at the statistics later and then see whether anyone actually paid any attention to this at all.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see exactly.
We did at least.
I hope at least you guys learned something from it. I'm just going to use this one for now.
Yep.
And then as soon as you have someone. Now, we have to come up with a testimonial as well. So we get the opportunity to be creative here. Absolutely.
Mm.
So we have to
I think
really emphasize with our potential client and see how this might have impacted their lives. So this is like a customer journey, customer story kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of an exercise in that way. So, fire away.
In my busy life, Vegan Treasure Box makes it easier for me to be flexible
Healthy.
and also healthy.
Be flexible and healthy. All right, cool. That's a nice testimonial, but it just doesn't feel like it's personal enough.
Yeah. As a student.
As a student.
Always after a long day of studying, I needed something that brought me back to gave me some energy. And then the brain foods gave me the energy I needed for that moment.
Can we go specific on that as well?
Of
On the
course.
menus? Of course.
Of course, we can do everything with our fake testimonials.
Yeah.
By the way, everyone that has a testimonial on their site, most of them are fake, right?
Well, it depends what kind of person you are, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of using fake testimonials.
No. No,
But,
me too. We're not gonna fake it. Like everyone on our website is real.
When someone actually tasted and said something, then we can use that one.
Yeah.
We have some testers already.
Yeah, right?
We have some testers already, and they're excited to try it out.
But do you know what happens a lot, though?
Well,
Is that people actually look at the or what happens with testimonials is that they are written for someone, and then that person has to give permission to put their name under it, and then it's like, hey, this is what this person thinks. That's something that happens a lot, actually.
Oh really?
I found that out later. I also found out the other day that like if I Google my own name, the thing that you now mostly find are testimonials on other people, the products.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
but did you give permission?
I did give permission. Yes. Well, at least, sort of. I did.
To somebody
I
else?
commented on one of their products, and then they decided that that was something they would use on their sales page, like highlighted. But I'm not mad about that. If it helps them, I'm a
But
happy guy.
If you leave a review, you're sort of like allowing them, aren't you?
Exactly.
Yeah. Just wondering, like.
I mean, I can't get mad over that, can I?
I don't think that's a valid excuse. No reason, no. It just shows that you're active in the community.
Yeah. Couple of students. There we go.
Like to say or like to share your point of view. But when you have a testimonial, you don't need the picture to be of the people, right?
Not necessarily, but of
Preferably.
course
Yeah.
Okay.
you would make things real. Yeah. It depends whether the person is okay with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. At first you need to take pictures.
And otherwise you need to put underneath it, because this is actually something that I've done on my own side as well. Is that we when I was selling like my book, my illustration book,
Yeah.
I had testimonials on that page that were actually real. This was from people that send us emails, and we're really happy to have received that book. But I didn't have any pictures of them. And also because it involves children, I wasn't going to ask for them either, because that's kind of weird.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but it also looks weird without the pictures. So it has some pictures on it, and then underneath things that for privacy reasons we have used stock material
Yeah.
for the images. That's also a way to do that.
Huh. Okay. Makes sense.
Well, let's call her Sasha. Wait, I know a Sasha. That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Let's say Sonia.
Let's say Sonia. Yeah, let's keep it anonymous like that.
We don't know anyone who is called that.
Okay, anyone has a name that is
Axel.
Axel.
Axel. Yeah.
It's a girl.
Norwegian name.
It's a girl. Sophie.
Sophie.
It's the name of my sister. I can actually make her get a quote. Give a quote.
And then
First you have to
problem
taste it.
problem
Yeah,
solved,
of
right?
course. Yeah.
Maybe I started.
Since I started.
I tested because at first, this is
Yeah.
a waiting list. So let's try to make it at least a little bit realistic.
I tested.
The vegan treasure box. The what was it called? It's the brain food.
Yeah.
The brain food vegan treasure box during my first week.
At college.
No, not first week. During my
first
exam week. I don't know what's happening in this building. I think that it's like there's a ghost here or something. You know?
Slowly.
Yeah, it's slowly
falling down.
I think the roof might come down any second now. I tested the brain food vegan treasure box during my exam week.
I was feeling down.
It was really nice to have that boost in my focus during studying.
This is such a fake quote. Well, fuck it.
Yeah, you know, you can change it later.
Yeah.
You can,
Do
because
something
once you
real.
have actual experiences, it's way nicer, of course.
Yeah, of course.
And not having to think about dinner with my roommates. Everything was ready to go. Bam.
Bam.
That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Ba da 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 da.
Ba 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 ba.
Ba 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 ba.
Can we take 1 second? I just want to see like how it looks on phone. Just for 1 second. I just want to see. If we can.
Was it set
I would
index?
really prefer not to because I know it's going to be a mess. So I'll just show you.
Was it Z index?
It's not gonna be too much.
The set index is you have two different kinds of way of basically, you know, stacking things. And if you would have, for example, paper, you would put it on top of that. The Z index is the CSS way of dealing with that. It's the web way of dealing with that. So if something has a high set index value, it means that it's on top of other things on the website.
Oh. Makes
Okay.
sense.
All right, this is what it looks like. So
He's gonna laugh about it as well. That's a funny thing.
it is okay-ish.
Is it
Ah,
see?
it's not that bad.
but the
It could be
pictures,
worse,
The picture there
but
you go.
the background images need some
Yeah.
work, and it's just not completely done yet.
So we like. I'm
but we can do
thinking-
that in
Yeah.
when we're done here.
So probably not like. So like post it before fixing the mobile version, right?
No, you don't post it before you fix the mobile version. That's for sure.
Yay!
That's for
We're
sure.
learning.
All right, great.
That looks really nice like this though.
I feel like we should have a little, maybe just slightly less harsh blacks here. All right, great. I like how, you know, I'm completely nerding out and you guys are like, okay, well, we've got a lot of meetings to go to, you know. So,
That's pretty good. This.
okay, great. And then this one, I'm just going to have to make sure that this text is actually the right size. It's 20, and then the right color as
40.
well.
Yeah.
Great.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, looks really good.
Then let's see if we can copy this one and put it right there.
Call to action.
Yeah, another call to action,
Join
the
me as
waiting
well.
list.
Join me.
Now, the orange is now a bit too much for this particular one. So we're going to tone it down just a bit. I think that we'll just use this one or the green. But even the green might be just too screamy at this point. So I'm just going to go like that.
Yeah, that's nice. A lot of call to action on this page.
Yeah,
It doesn't. It's not a problem, probably.
it's all the same call to action, so that's fine.
Oh.
And the thing is, these kind of things you have to test. So the best way to find out whether you have too many call to actions is just to go live. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The update is done, and then let's see whether it actually does something as well.
Oh, that's good. I like it.
Great. Then there's just one thing here, because perfectionist, I guess. That little margin there is definitely not necessary. All right, good.
Looks very nice.
I'm happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, I'm happy.
Amazing.
great.
Wow.
Then
The last one.
final. Let's see.
Final.
Because then I'm going to log out of the website. So I'm going to refresh first to see if I got everything that I need, so to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And then we can log out, because then we can get to see it without
Howdy.
the WordPress bar. Do you see what difference that makes?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's nice, right?
Yeah.
So, there's a lot less stuff going on. So we know where to look. We know sign up for the waiting list, more information. The old way has lost its way. Then we have drama in the kitchen, screaming in the kitchen about what to make isn't fun. Enjoying food together is. That will save you some money in counseling. Yeah. Then we introduce the vegan treasure box, the fast food that saves the world and makes you feel like you're on top of it. Then we talk about some of the features. And then we have the call to action, and then a little testimonial.
Yeah.
Now, what I would do also is to remove this footer,
Yeah.
but you've got to have a privacy statement in there too.
Oh really?
Yes, you got to have it. It's required by law. So make sure that you got all of that all right.
Okay.
But that's the only thing that you need to refer to. So
Yeah.
all of the other stuff that's in here, just get it away. Maybe you would leave like an address as well.
Yeah.
I think that's also required. You would have to look that up. I'm not a lawyer, but make sure
Well,
that
ask
everything that
someone.
should be on there is on there.
Yeah.
Now, we can also, and we'll do this after this session, we can also make the header go white as soon as you scroll down. So when it's on top of something dark, you can still see the sign up button. And then we've talked about this before when we go to
Yeah, the pop-up.
this one. Yeah, with a pop-up. So people can fill it in and
Yeah.
get on that list. And it is a playful way of getting there, because when you go there and when the site would actually load.
How do you make that? How do you make the pop-up thing?
The pop-up thing is quite easy to make actually in
Yeah.
Elementor, and I'll show you guys. It
No,
pretty
it's-
much comes down to just building a form and putting that into a pop-up into the software. But you just have to figure out how it works one time, and then you'll know it. So
Yeah.
I'll show you guys, and then you can integrate it into your website immediately. All right, so there we go. The pop-up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So here, this is how it's done here. Sign up for the beta version. Then you sign up with your name. What email address? Well, this one. Yes, I have read it, and I would like to sign up. And then it processes it, and then you go to the next page if everything went all right. Now here you can see there's an error. That's because I have already signed up with this email address 500 times probably on this landing page.
Yeah.
So because I had to test it, of course.
They don't allow you anymore.
No, they don't allow me anymore. I'm out of the game. But otherwise it will say thank you. So you would have to make a page like that as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that will be the end of it. So just as a short recap, right now we have the attention, a new kind of Happy Meal. Then we start building the interest by stating the problem. The old way has lost its way. Then we introduce the solution. So we would start building the desire, the fast food that saves the world and makes you feel like you're on top of it. Well, who doesn't want that?
Yeah.
And then finally we go to the action, sign up for the waiting list. And maybe we would need to put a bit more emphasis on that one. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe we would need to put that in a different section. But we can take a look at that later as well.
Yes.
And then finally we have some proof. Call to action here to join the waiting list.
Yeah.
And some social proof, so to say, that this is actually valuable. Now you
Yeah.
wanted some logos in there as well. I don't have them currently, so I would say that for next time we sit down and work on this on this project, that we would in fact make sure that we got that prepared, and then we can add those things and maybe add that sign up now call to action, because I'm scrolling through it right now and it kind of feels like it might need it, you know?
Yeah.
Like that should be something that needs to be added. But I feel like we've done plenty today.
Yeah.
Are you guys
Definitely.
okay? Still
Yeah.
good?
Yeah. That's really interesting.
All right. Well, glad to hear.
Learn some more.
Okay, I'm glad to hear. So you got your landing page now, and we'll work on the rest of it later on. And we can also do the value communication canvas and the mobile optimization if you want. And we can do at least the mobile optimization and that little call to action that we did previously, or that we still want to do in the next session. So then we have a theme, like making things ready, mobile ready.
Yeah.
And then we can do value communication in a different one.
Yes.
All right. Do you have any questions for me before we go?
No, actually not.
No, actually not.
All
Yeah,
right.
It was a good session. Yeah.
All right. Well, glad to
amazing.
hear. So that will be it then. Then I am going back here, and I thank you guys for being here. As always, I had a good time. I always enjoy working on these kind of things.
Thank you.
And see you the next time.